Hi folks, happy Sunday. Yeah, it's Sunday. Got the old Reaper going. The creeping Reaper. Today I'm going to do the Goth Snob Tag. Just come up with. Just seen. I don't know if it's been around for a while or not. I thought I'd give it a go. I think we're going to give it a go. I do one. So I will have a go at it. That's English, isn't it? I do. English can be bloody a bit way out at times. It's like people, I would say, myself personally, I'd say I came from town and I got off the bus. Other people say I got off the bus. With two offs, I got off the bus. So I'm gonna do that. Freaking hell. 10 questions. The down there, if you want to have a go at it, I'm not going to tag anybody. It's something you do or you don't. And I'm not going to go into a hell of a lot of detail with it anyway. Goth glasses. Intelligent Goth. Intelligent Goth. End of the nose. Very intelligent Goth. Right, got it written down here. Let's get on with it. The Goth Snob. Sounded like I was going to read a story then, didn't it? Number 1. What are your views on Goth brands, not bands, brands? What are your views on Goth brands and their affordability? Swings and roundabouts. Nothing wrong with Goth brands. You can get some bloody Goth ones. You could get some that got to a stage where it's a brand and the affordability can start getting a bit dodgy, because sometimes when it gets to that, it's expensive. So I think you have to be aware when you're buying things that you're buying something because 1, you can afford it, 2, you're not buying it just because it's that freaking brand. If that t-shirt there is £5 cheaper, same quality, same design on it, that one is exactly the same, £5 dearer, and you're going to buy it just because of a brand, that's when it starts getting crappy. Because you're going, it's not the fact that you're Goth, it's Goth, this bit is Goth, you're starting to buy it because of that bit there, or that bit in here, or that bit that's tucked on the bit down there that says whatever the brand is, because then you've fallen into that trap buying that. Now, going off the Goth bit, looking at what I'm trying to say to you is how many parents, I've seen so many parents over the years that had this problem with the kids. The kids are at school, and they have to go to gym, they have to do this, that and the other. And if that bloody trainer or whatever does not say Adidas or Nike or whatever, I don't bloody want it, and I'll make a bloody scene about it, and I'm going to stamp, and I'm not going to go to school, and whatever. That's when a brand's getting out of hand, because you can go and buy that shoe bloody cheaper. The only difference is that one says something else or nothing. That one, they've put Nike on it. And then the only thing that matters to the person wearing it is, says bloody Nike, doesn't it? So yeah, that's my only issue with that sort of thing, is when the brand becomes more important than what you're actually buying, and then the affordability can set in, because when you're buying a brand, you're not getting something spectacular, you're just getting a name. So same quality, name on it, give you the money, you're buying my name. So yeah, that's my answer on that one. Is buying Goth brands selling out? Again, it isn't. I'd like to see more buying of Goth brands from up and coming young Goths or older Goths that are producing things like jewellery, certain amount of clothing and whatever. Very small little sellers. We could be helping them along by buying lots of this, and in the process, yeah, okay, you buy one, I buy one, we've cloned ourselves a little bit, but bloody hell, we're not cloning ourselves as much as buying stuff from these big companies. So we've got, again there, we've got to be very careful that we don't end up just cloning a flipping selves, really. So yeah, it's not selling out, but we've got to be bloody a bit level-headed, and like with the first question, you know, not get sucked into something that's just being put in front of us and says, this is what you need, this is what Goth is. If you haven't got this, you're not really Goth, you know, which is a load of cobblers. Number 3, does DIYing make you more Goth? No. I'm a great shouter-outer for DIY. I'd love to see more Goths doing a little bit more of it, because it does make everyone unique. And you can't get better than seeing somebody and go, oh man, I flipping love that, where can I buy it? Well, you can't. I made it. I could make you one, I suppose, but there's that bloody lovely side to it. But no, it doesn't make you more Goth, but it is part of the heritage of being Goth. Obviously at the beginning, stuff weren't around, we had to do a lot of DIY and adapting things from that to that. If you wanted a collar or something, a studded collar, chances were you went to the pet shop. That bloody dog collar's good, eh? Look at them spiky studs on it. That's it. You had to adapt, and there wasn't the big companies selling you all this stuff. So yeah, it isn't the be all and end all of everything, but try and do a little bit. What music should you listen to be Goth? This is number 4. If you know me, you know what I'm going to say. What the hell you like. But in the process, don't go around saying, oh, I can listen to what the hell I like and Goth doesn't matter. Of course it bloody matters. At least I know some of you weren't born in the 80s or the 90s, you're young saplings, and modern music is your soul, your spirit. But look back, look at the 80s, learn about the 80s, learn about the music, learn about the bands, the singers, why this was taken on, what did it do to enhance goth, what did it do to create parts of goth, how did it mould us, and if you haven't got any, find friends that have, listen to bands and listen to this, that. I like that, I like that. Get some of it. If you like those particular ones, get some of it. Nobody says you've got to buy those particular ones. If you don't like The Cure, you don't like The Cure. If you don't like Susie, you don't like Susie. But there'll be other ones you do. But you need to do some of that. You know, don't just pretend it's not part of goth. But then, at the end of the day, like I've always said, listen to what the hell you like. Music is there for purposes, and it doesn't matter whether it's goth, rock, classical, jazz, whatever. You can have a little bit of them all, because they'll all do something within your life. And all those little bits that they do to you within your life are the things that's making you grow, become stronger, more intelligent even. So yeah, any bloody thing, right? Alright. What is the minimum requirement to be considered goth? What is the minimum requirement to be considered goth? Not those. In there. In your art, in your spirit, in your body. That's your minimum requirement. In there, your goth. In there. That will come up in questions later as to why in there is goth. If all you're doing is that I'm goth because I love that fashion, I'm goth because I love that music, I'm goth because I hang around with my friends that are goth, you have to question, am I really goth? Because those sort of things don't always make a goth. But it's what's in the heart. Why am I goth and someone else is on the heavy rock scene or the country and western? It's because that's in there with them. Okay. Minimum requirement. Should you maintain the goth aesthetic at all times to be considered a true goth? No, you can't, unless you're born with some sort of superhuman life, given everything really. You can't. You'll find that you want a career, you want a job, you want to go in the forces, whatever. These things will dictate to you, and you cannot be goth 24/7. You'll have to take piercings out for your career. Some careers I'd probably even have to flipping take my beard off. It's just one of them things. Some you'd have to cover your tattoos up. Some you can't wear all goth makeup, or even the clothing. You have to dress, act, whatever, to these sort of things in life. So no, and if you anybody that ever feels that I can't be goth because I'm not doing this 24/7, dishonouring yourself. To those that say, yes, you've got to do it 24/7, you're dishonouring other people. It's just part of life. You've got to adapt. Try joining the army and being Goth 24/7. You'll soon be bloody double marching off that bloody parade ground. I tell you that. Get that shit off! So, and I was in there. You've got to adapt to what you're doing, and be as much as you can be. Oh dear, flipping hell. 7. Are the big name YouTubers selling out, cashing in when they receive orders from companies? Yes and no. Doesn't mean you're selling out. So if somebody got in touch with me and said, oh, I see, Goth, you wear kilts. If we give you a kilt every now and then, would you just give us a word? Is that selling out? No, not necessarily. I wear kilts. And if I think they're good kilts, I'd definitely look into it. Good kilts, good quality, worth wearing, long lasting, whatever. I like them. I would accept a kilt and say, look, I've accepted this. This is from this company. I'm going to tell you what I feel. I'm not going to bullshit you. This is the quality. And I wouldn't bullshit. But when we start selling out is when it takes over. And if anybody really looks at the person and goes, well, I know they're Goth and they seem to live Goth and all this, but what do I see? And all they ever see is it sell, sell, sell. Oh, this, I got this, I got this, and I got this, and I got my hair, look, I could take it off, put it on, and this clothing and this bit. And when it becomes the soul, the heart and soul and everything of it, then you got to say to yourself, maybe you're selling out. And it reminds me, my career, 40 years of Samad in catering, I could be selling stuff. Now, am I selling out if I'm going against the principles that I had all those years? I look at some TV chefs and that tell you this, and then what you see in a magazine, hey, kilted Goth frying pan, it's the best. Hey, the kilted Goth green bean slicer, you can't get better. So on, so on. Hey, look at these packs of pre-made food. The kilted Goth says, this is lovely. That's where you can start selling out, because you say, if you went to my home, have I got that frying pan? Would I use that frying pan? Have I got that bean slicer? Or do I do what I did for years? Slice the bloody beans. Would I buy that pre-made food, or do I think it's total crap? You sell out when you push in stuff from these big companies that are not necessarily particularly Goth, but the next stuff that they think, oh, Goths will want this, and look, it's got this lovely label on the top here. So you want that label, don't you? when you start doing that, you can start selling out. And does anybody, and you could probably bet on it, does anybody ever come on and go, hey, this week I'm going to show you the silver tube lipstick because it is bloody wonderful, and my sponsor said it's wonderful, and ooh, look at that, look at that, look just how lovely that. It is a little bit dry or something, but oh, you're a bit more. Camera turns off and you go, oh man, this is bloody shite. You know, and you could do that with anything. What you see in there isn't necessarily what you see when the bloody lights go off. So yes, you can start selling out, because everything out there, Goth, isn't the best, isn't the best quality, the best price. Some of it's total crap, and if you're going on there because you're being given money or items or whatever, and you're giving all the spiel, that's when you start really selling out. And yeah, I'm not going to say much on that. It's up to the individual of how they see it. But yeah, you can get to a stage where you try this out, you try the selling out, and then that takes over your life. That you become a little bit like the people in government that, I'm all for you, I'll do this for you and that for you, but the person putting the money in my pocket says I can't. So yeah, it can go awry. 9. What's your view on Goths wearing different symbols that are aligned to different religions? I don't particularly mind, especially if you're not disrespectful to them. Don't take something of somebody else's religion and do it in such a way that it's bloody disrespectful. So when I wear something that is part of somebody else's mindset, I'm very careful that I don't upset people, because it means something to them. I'm Christian, I wear crosses. For me, even though I'm Christian, it's more of a Gothic symbol. I know Christ died on it, but it was a Roman form of, it was an item of torture and execution. Why the hell would I want to see it any different than the horror that that thing was? But I'm still sensitive to people that want to see it differently, and for one, so to look a bit more Gothic, I won't turn it round and hang it up that way so it looks a little bit more Gothic, because I don't want to walk amongst people that's going, oh, man, that's so bloody disrespectful or something. So this, the ancient Egyptian ankh, pentagrams, whatever, you know, if you're going to use these things, use them with a little bit of respect. So people might be okay with you wearing a pentagram that way, some will be alright if you wear it the other way. I don't know, but if you wear it sideways, you might bloody upset everybody, I don't know. But if you know it upsets a lot of people, just don't do it. So yeah, I don't, for me, it's okay if all these things are used, but be respectful. Because end of the day, we want people to be respectful to us. Right, number 10. How do you feel about the negativity, bullying and elitism in the community? Bloody sucks. Stop doing it. Stop being arseholes. Stop bloody having sites where you all gather together to have a good old bloody moan and natter and pull everything bloody down. If you goth, you goth. It's a bloody good subculture. There's a lot of bloody wonderful people in it. Yeah, everybody's different. Some are bloody miserable buggers and moaners and all sorts, but we don't have to be totally arseholes. So, yeah, let's get rid of some of this bloody crap. It's got no place in goth. Okay? So on that note, I'm going to bugger off and whatever. Trick or treat. Have fun.